Yo, what's going on YouTube? It is Julian Rodriguez, Juice Manji, Big Husband Maine, Big Lechuga, and you're not watching The Pulse. Alright, so today I'm shooting in a new part of the house. This is my refined, classy corner of my house. Not pictured, you can't see it in the shot, but I have a bookshelf here where I have all my books, my literatures, and then some framed photographs above me. This is the classy part where I try to of the house where I convince people that I'm not some kind of savage bum. You know. So this is the part. Basically, this is what I'm saying. This is the part of the house that my wife really put together. But anyway, thank you for joining me here. We're gonna start off with the hip hop portion of The Pulse this week. Last week we did the Struggle Bars segment, so I'm gonna share a few more with you guys today. Alright, you motherfuckers, man, I love you guys. You guys are the best. Thank you for the support, but I think some of you missed the mark a little bit with what I was asking for. Some of you gave me some like factually inconsistent ones. Like, yeah, those are good, but they got it. I want for future reference, I want struggle bars that are hilarious, that are gonna, you know, that are fucking funny. So let's focus on that next time. But let me get to some of these submissions by you guys. Let's start out with my man Marvelous Westy. What up, Westy? He started out with a fabulous lyric. Fabulous has many a struggle bar, so this is pretty good. This one says, "Now I don't jerk off in public, but I've been out doing myself."
Nah, I don't jerk off in public, but I've been out doing myself.
That's a pretty good one. Thank you, Westy. This one was actually my wife's submission that she mentioned. I mentioned last week, but I forgot to actually share it. This is Ludacris in that god-awful ass song, "My Chick Bad." He goes, "Coming down the street like a parade, Macy's, I fill her up, balloons."
Coming down the street like a parade, Macy's, I fill her up, balloons.
This was the moment where it should have been clear to me sooner, but this was around the time when I realized how washed Ludacris is. Alright, now time for my struggle bars submissions. I'm gonna start off with rest in peace, Guru of Gang Starr. This is the song Dwick. This is one of the most classic rap struggle bars. Many people, this comes to mind, I think, for a lot of old school dudes who are well versed in struggle bars. This is by Guru, and he said, "Lemonade was a popular drink and it still is. I get more props and stunts than Bruce Willis."
Lemonade was a popular drink and it still is. I get more props and stunts than Bruce Willis.
Which, mind you, this is when, you know, at the time, this was when Bruce Willis was an action star. He was in action movies, but it was a very clear case of a rapper coming up with what the punchline was before the rest of the rhyme, and then you had to just make up the first part of the rhyme just to have something to go with the punchline. Because really, lemonade was a popular drink and it still is. And I'm gonna round it out my personal submissions this week with Hurricane Chris saying, "It's so hot up in the club, I ain't got no shoes on."
It's so hot up in the club that I ain't got no shoes on.
They're just fucking gross, dog. Put some shoes on. Why are you barefoot in the club like this? Alright, so sports. This week in sports, shit, tonight is Wednesday night. Spurs just trounced OKC again. It's pretty clear Oklahoma City's not going to be able to really do much in this series without Ibaka. I have a hard time seeing them win more than one game, if that. It's a shame. It's a shame. I have a lot of respect for the Spurs. I'm not one of those Laker fans that just hates the Spurs. I actually like seeing them do well, but I really don't want them to win a championship because I feel like they now have been gifted a second consecutive finals appearance due to a big injury on Oklahoma City. Last year it was the Westbrook injury, this year it's the Ibaka injury, and I know I'd hate to see them fall into a ring like that. So basically right now I'm rooting for anybody but the Heat. I mean anybody but the Spurs. In the East it's 1-1, and you know, Paul George might not be playing in Game 3 with that concussion, which is unfortunate. Hopefully he can pass all the protocols. But yeah, man, I'm just hoping for a good, since the Western Conference Finals are going to be so shitty, I'm hoping for a really good Eastern Conference. It's going to be ugly. It's going to continue to be ugly basketball, but I think this one's going 7 games, and the Pacers they're so Jekyll and Hyde. It's hard to get a handle on them. They should have won that game last night. Given that they're in a game where Paul George and David West were pretty shitty. So, and I think Lance's performance isn't an anomaly. He'll have more games like that this series. So, I still kind of feel like the Pacers can take this series. I think, it'll be interesting to see when LeBron turns on that extra gear and just goes all Super Saiyan on everyone, which I know that's in there somewhere. It's just, does he have the legs for it? They've been, on 4 consecutive deep playoff runs. That'll be interesting to see. The draft lottery, pretty disappointing for me as a Laker fan. I would just wish they wouldn't have dropped down a pick, down to 7. I think the system, and not because my team didn't benefit from the lottery, I just think the system's kind of fucked up that a team like Cleveland has won the lottery 3 out of 4 times. It just doesn't make sense to me. I think I think they need to do something that discourages teams from tanking, and I think they also, it's just funny. The one silver lining for Cleveland winning the lottery is that, to me, it proves that it doesn't prove anything, honestly, but it just goes to show you dumbass NBA draft lottery conspiracy theorists. If there was really a conspiracy to be had, if they were really going to rig the lottery, you probably rig it in favor of the Lakers and Celtics. I don't think the Cleveland Cavaliers. I don't think your conspiracy is to send talent to Cleveland. So it is what it is. I know that old girl, the daughter of the Mallory Edens, I believe her name is, the daughter of the Milwaukee Bucks owner, went from 250 Twitter followers to something absurd, like 50,000 overnight, because she was looking kind of cute on TV for a couple minutes and didn't really say much. So that's one of the more interesting byproducts of a long and drawn out, boring telecast of the NBA draft lottery. But it was the highest rated one because you had the Lakers and the Celtics, with hopes of getting a high pick. But it is what it is. As a Laker fan, I'm happy. I know we'll have the opportunity to draft either Julius Randle, Noah Vonleh, Marcus Smart, or Aaron Gordon, and I would be pretty pleased with any of those players. I'd probably be the least pleased if we got Vonleh. He just doesn't do it for me right now. But I'd be pretty ecstatic with either Smart, Gordon, or Randle, especially Randle. Randle and Smart are probably the guys that I like the best out of those 4, because they're guys who are Gordon's the best athlete out of those 4, but they're all particularly Randle and Smart are highly athletic guys who are high motor guys, and I have a hard time seeing that fail. They both have some skills. They're not like Thomas Robinson, who is a really pretty athletic guy, but didn't really have any discernible skills. He plays really hard, but he didn't have any skills that are ready for the NBA. Whereas I feel like Randle is already a pretty good face-up. Has already a good big face-up game for a big man at the NBA level. He has a mid-range jumper. He has some touch. He's an exceptional rebounder. He's explosive. He's a really underrated passer for what he does. He reminds me, his passing from that 4 spot kind of reminds me a little bit of Blake Griffin in some instances. I mean, he's highly skilled for a guy who plays kind of a high motor garbage man game at times. He has a lot of skill and better athleticism. I know a lot of people compared him to Z-Bo, to Zach Randolph, and I think that's a fair comparison, except he's just more athletic and bigger. So I really like Julius Randle. I like the way he plays, and I like his attitude. And Marcus Smart, he has little issues, but that guy is hyper competitive and a hard worker, and the jump shot is something that he can work on. I've seen a lot of guys develop jump shots who didn't have it. What's important is that they have the competitive nature and the work ethic to fix the jump shot. You can't teach athleticism, so give me the athleticism, give me the attitude. We'll worry about the jump shot later. All right, and lastly, this week we got sneakers. Got those Philippines Kobe 9 Low engineered mesh joints coming out on Friday morning. Those are Twitter link only, so get your bots ready or whatever you do. And then Saturday, what do we got? We got the Carmines. You know, I hope you guys all entered all your appropriate raffles at your local stores, whatever. Those are on Saturday on Nike, and then we got the Jordan Futures, the Royal Futures and the Concord Futures. I really like that shoe, the Future. I just don't like these monochromatic colorways with the matching color sole. It's too much for me. I like the premium colorways. I think have all been fucking dope. You know, that PE colorway that they were giving to the kids at the Shooting Stars shit, or the Jordan Brand Classic, I should say. That shoe is one of the dopest shoes I've seen all year. Unfortunately, it's not releasing. I know they sent a pair to Nightwing though. That's a fucking beautiful shoe. You know, it's unfortunate that all the best colorways though are the ones that are the most limited and therefore the most expensive on the secondary market. But really, that's all I really want to talk about kicks-wise this week. Oh my god, how can I forget they revealed the 2K14s at last, and kind of disappointed. I mean, obviously we'll see how they look in hand once I get them in hand, and I'll have a video and everything of them. I'm just kind of I think no matter what the shoe looked like, I would have been disappointed for as long as they've drawn it out and the way that, you know, the anticipation. I mean, I don't know what the shoe would have had to like blow me and cook me breakfast for it to not be disappointing at this point. So, you know, it is what it is. We'll see how it is once I have it in hand. I like that it's kind of outlandish. I kind of like that. I mean, if it's going to be some crazy shoe that was sold this way, I mean, why not make it be fucking ridiculous? But I think more than anything, people are just so disenchanted with just the way it's been handled. People are just fatigued by it. People are kind of sick of it. And then the cherry on top is that they put fucking leopard print on the hyperposit. But like I said, like I always say with shoes, you know, you gotta reserve judgment until you see them in person, or you see better pictures. And that stock Nike picture wasn't the best. It's 2 pictures, and we've seen like people make renderings. So I'm reserving judgment, but that about does it for this week, what I'm talking about. But I do want to ask you guys kind of what you think about certain things that I'm thinking about doing with the channel. Thinking about doing the struggle bars. I got a lot of good feedback on that. Thinking about doing that as its own segment, and also thinking about consolidating Flourish Friday into the Pulse, or just changing it, rebranding it, because I feel like getting you the information on Friday is too late in the game. I could help. It would be more help to you guys if I got you that kind of information on a Tuesday or a Monday or something like that. So let me know what you guys think. If you'd rather have Flourish Friday earlier in the week, I'd probably change the name, or not. Fuck it, who cares? You know, the name is not that important. The info, the power is what's important. But yeah, so I'm thinking about either consolidating it, moving it, but I'm not going to keep doing it the way I've been doing it. So that's why I've been kind of on a hiatus from those videos. I won't have one this week either. That's why I kind of talked about the releases a little bit in this video. So what I'll either do is I'll consolidate it because it's not a long segment, or I will move the date. But I want to get that to you guys at least a day or two earlier in the week than I have been, because sometimes stuff drops on Friday, and you know, and then there's the raffles and things like that. So just to maximize the information I can give you guys. And then tell me what you guys think about struggle bars. My thinking is there's so many different kinds of struggle bars and different kinds of like, I can do them by artist week to week. I can do them by topic, you know, bad math in rap songs, bad science in rap songs, you know, terrible geography, just dumb shit like that, because there's a lot of dumb shit to pick from. So let me know what you guys think about that. And again, as always, thank you guys so much for the support. I really appreciate it. Channel's growing. I like interacting with you guys on Twitter, so keep hitting me up on Twitter at JuiceManji, and I will catch you all on the next vid. I'll probably have a sneaker vid for you guys on the weekend. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.